Hey guys, I'm back. I want to make a second video today. I have something else that's really been on my mind, but I want to make the other video first about the fainting phobia, just because I want to put it out there and get it over with, since it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. I just didn't want to talk about. But what's really on my mind today is the raw food diet. And I've tried it before, and lots of people email me saying, the raw food diet can really help detox your body. And it's something that I am interested in, and it's something that I have tried before. But the problem that I'm running into for myself is twofold. One, I feel like I'm starving to death. So for me, I don't want to be on a raw food diet forever, but for a detox, that would be really great. But the other problem that I'm having is I'm having a lot of digestive problems, so I'm not able to, eat raw carrots and eat a lot of raw fruits and vegetables because I end up having really bad pain, either colon cramps or just my stomach starts to feel like my heart's crushing. And so what I tried to do the last time was through juicing, and I know that there is a juice fast. But at the same time, when I do that, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I mean, I really feel hungry all the time. I don't feel content or full. Um, and this is even when I add calories up. I mean, I understand that certain, certain vegetables don't have a lot of calories to them, but I can lay out enough where I'm juicing probably 2,000, between 2,000 2,500 calories of juice, and yet I'm laying there just feeling lethargic. I feel just not good at all, and I start craving, solid foods, and which, when it comes to the raw food diet, I really can't take in. There's certain things that I can, and certain things that I can't, which I'll talk about in this video. Um, there is someone on here called Life Regenerator, and I know he lives in a raw food diet, but he's blending a lot of stuff together, so he is getting fiber and solids. So that might help him feel full, but I'm not able at this time to digest that. Then there's people who do juicing diets, and they seem like 20 days in, they're like, oh, I'm a little bit tired, but I couldn't get to 20 days. I feel like I'm just going to collapse. I don't feel well at all, and it's doesn't seem to be working for me, although it still intrigues me, um, to do this. And I know that when I juice, I feel better, but I end up juicing and then eating regular food on top of it, cooked food. But that's supposedly not how it's supposed to, go. So today, for example, I have 10 cucumbers, and this is low calorie, so I know that, but I'm going to be eating, regular food. I plan on juicing 10 of the cucumbers, which should give me 2 to 3 quarts of cucumber juice. I'm going to drink that, and then tomorrow I'm juicing 2 heads of cabbage, because cabbage is supposed to really help soothe the digestive system. And so I'm going to be juicing that, and I don't know how much juice that's going to give me. But then the other problem for people that have anxiety who know me know that I can't always get to a store. And in fact, I didn't even buy this stuff. I sent my roommate on his way home. I said, well, could you pick me up this? And he did. But I can run out of stuff, really fast. But I guess my question is, for people who are doing the juicing diets, how are you functioning? How are you doing your daily life? Now, my daily life isn't much. I mean, I'm in this apartment. All I'm doing is I'm on the computer. I watch TV. I make food. I get up, I go to the bathroom, I clean maybe very moderately. I'm not doing a whole lot these days. So if I'm exhausted, how are you going to work? How are you, doing the treadmill still if you're exercising? I mean, how are you doing all these things? Because I personally feel like I'm just going to collapse on the floor. Now, the reason why I personally don't believe in the raw food diet for a long-term diet is because it lacks B12, and only B12 comes from animal products, which is the same reason why I have a problem with the vegan diet. And they say, well, you can supplement it. And that's true, you can supplement B12, but I mean, what else don't we know about that you're missing from those products? And if only B12 is found in these products, that is active B12, because bananas have B12, but it's inactive and our body can't use it. And then they say, well, some people use seaweed and stuff like that. But from all the studies that I've read, even the people using the seaweed, they're not showing that they have high stores of B12, and it just doesn't seem quite right to me. It would be nice if you could just be vegan and be entirely sure that you're getting everything, but my own personal beliefs, my own personal studies, I don't find that to be true. But if you are vegan and you're thriving on it, then that's great. But I guess for me, I'm very anti-grain. I know that my body doesn't seem to handle it. So if you are vegan, and you were to remove the grains, from your diet, what would happen to you then? Are you still able to live? I guess you could on beans and stuff like that. But when it comes to me, again, it's very high fiber, and my body's not dealing well with that right now, which I know there's an issue, and I have to see, a doctor. And I talked to my mom today, actually, about that because I want to. I said in a previous video that around the 4th or 5th of February, I will be calling a gastroenterologist. But in the meantime, I'm going to call a primary care doctor that I have, which I mentioned in the benzo withdrawal video, not the one that yelled, but another one that I had. And it's not because I trust him, it's just that I can't just show up and say, hey, I want to have this test done. I actually have to have a doctor send me for it. So what I would like to do is an upper GI, because even though I'm going to have the colonoscopy, I'm having a lot of problems up here, and he unfortunately specializes in the lower gastrointestinal tract. So there is endoscopies that I can do, but I would like to do an upper GI to, excuse me, an upper GI to see if there's anything they can see on that. So if they did see something on the upper GI, then what I would do is I'd feel more validated in going in and putting myself through an endoscopy. And then, of course, if it doesn't, I still know there's pain. I mean, even my roommate said, look, if you're holding yourself, there's a problem. You need to see somebody. And I would, but I would just really like something else to show up. I guess that I've had upper GIs before. They're not comfortable, but it's not a big deal. It's not like it's invasive or anything. But back to the raw food diet, I mean, I could, juice so many things like oranges and kiwis and melons and stuff like that. I have no problem understanding and getting the calorie level, but what I'm having a problem with is just this horrible hunger feeling. And I've read before, well, that's part of the detox, like you'll feel that way. But I've gotten like a week out and I just feel like I can't get out of bed. I feel completely awful. I start craving meat. I start craving seafood, things with fat in it. And, it's not like I'm someone who can pick up raw nuts and then eat those, because that also causes me problems. The raw vegetables that I am fine with eating and seem not to cause a problem with me is raw spinach, raw romaine lettuce, things like that that are easily digestible. Sometimes tomatoes, sometimes not. It can really kick in some horrible heartburn. So I guess this video is for the raw foodists or the people who have done this detox. Like, how did you get through it? What were you doing? And keep in mind that I'm not someone who can sit there eating hearty salads or eating a lot of raw nuts or anything like that. I mean, I'm pretty much at that point would just be doing the juice fast. And I don't want to feel on the verge of collapse all the time. I mean, it would really hinder me, and I'm already pretty hindered in what I'm doing. So if you have any suggestions, and even if this video is like a year old, 5 years old by the time you watch it, send those suggestions anyway, because it is something that I've thought about for many, many years, and things I've tried on and off for years. So any information, maybe I've heard it before, maybe I haven't, and you might be the first person, at that point to tell me something. But other than that, I can't think of anything else I want to say about it, except just really keep in mind that I'm not someone who can sit down and eat oranges. Oh, and bananas. Bananas, you can't juice them, but you can blend them, and you can even blend them with water, and I've done that before. And bananas are supposed to be really soothing to the really soothing to the digestive tract, but for me, it's not. It really causes me to have a lot of pressure in my upper stomach, which is a shame because I like bananas. And then there's avocados, which have fat in them, but that's causing cramps. And so I feel so stuck, with what I'm doing. And if I am in a position where I'm not able to do a juice fast, I tolerate seafood and I tolerate juices. I mean, would it be possible then, or correct, to eat crab and lobster and fish and then pour all this juice on top of it, or would it not work at that point? And again, I know that certain vegans might watch this, or the people who are strict raw foodists, and you have to understand where I'm coming from now. It's not necessarily, I can't just shove myself full of these things, but I do want to help my body. And if you watch any of my previous videos, I'm very into diet. So it is something that I'm interested in, and it is something I'm looking for suggestions for. And I guess for yourself, think, well, okay, maybe I am a vegan or maybe I am a raw food person. But in my situation, what would you do? Like, how would you get through and make sure you're getting enough of what you need so you don't feel like you're on the verge of collapse all the time? And that's it. So I guess, send me emails, not so much comments down below because they cut you off, but I do, even if I don't reply, I am reading all those emails that people send me all the time. So I am very interested, and it is something that I would like to do for myself, especially before all these tests that I have to have run. I would like to clear things up as much as possible and give myself a better outcome, for these tests, or more energy for the tests, or to ease my anxiety. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm kind of babbling, but when I say babbling a lot, I realize in my videos that and something else that I can't think of right now. Oh, basically, I say basically a lot. But yeah, if you have some information for me, please, pass it along, and I will definitely, look into that. And so I appreciate, any emails that come in the future. And like I said, if this video is old, send it anyway. I mean, new ideas are new ideas. So, all right, well, that's it. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Like, my heart's crushing. And so what I tried to do the last time was through juicing. And I know that there is a juice fast. But at the same time, when I do that, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I mean, I really feel hungry all the time. I don't feel content or full. Um, and this is even when I add calories up. I mean, I understand that certain, fruit, certain vegetables don't have a lot of calories to them. But I can lay out enough where I'm juicing probably 2,000, between 2,000 2,500 calories of juice. And yet I'm laying there just feeling lethargic. I feel just not good at all. Diet forever. But for a detox, that would be really great. But the other problem that I'm having is I'm having a lot of digestive problems. So I'm not able to, eat raw carrots and eat a lot of raw fruits and vegetables because I end up having really bad pain, either colon cramps or just my stomach starts to feel. Hey guys, I'm back. I want to make a second video today. I have something else that's really been on my mind, but I want to make the other video first about the fainting phobia, just because I want to put it out there and get it over with, since it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. I just didn't want to talk about. But what's really on my mind today is the raw food diet. And I've tried it before, and lots of people email me saying, the raw food diet can really help detox your body. And it's something that I am interested in, and it's something that I have tried before. But the problem that I'm running into for myself is twofold. One, I feel like I'm starving to death. So for me, I don't want to be on a raw food diet.